Welcome to IELTS Wordcraft. Today, we're going to practice 20 new IELTS words and phrases. Let's get started. Our first word is accidentally. This simply means doing something by mistake, completely without intending to do it. Think about it like this. I accidentally deleted an important file from my computer. Oops! Now, here's a golden tip for fluency. Notice how we pair the word directly with a verb. You accidentally break, accidentally delete, or accidentally send something. Getting this pattern down is for sure going to make you sound way more natural.
Next up, we have annoyed. This means feeling slightly angry or irritated because something is bothering you. For instance, I was really annoyed when the bus arrived late. But here is an absolutely crucial distinction: the difference between annoyed and annoying. Annoyed describes how you feel on the inside, but annoying, with that ing at the end, describes the thing causing that feeling. So you are annoyed because the delay itself is annoying. Makes sense, right?
Now, let's look at the word chaotic. This is used to describe a situation that's just very disorganized, confused, or super difficult to control. Imagine this. The office was completely chaotic after the computer system stopped working. This word is an absolute game changer for your vocabulary. Instead of just telling the examiner a place was very messy, throw in chaotic to really show off your language skills. Okay, here's something we all do from time to time. Complain. This simply means to say that you're unhappy about something. Like, several customers complained about the slow service. Now pay close attention to the little prepositions we use here. The key structure you got to remember is that you complain about something to someone. Nailing those prepositions is going to make your spoken English flow so much better. When we run into technology issues, we love to use the word glitch. A glitch is just a small, usually temporary problem, specifically with a computer system, website, or app. For example, there was a glitch in the payment system, so I couldn't buy anything. It's literally the perfect, precise term you need when you're describing those annoying temporary hiccups with your phone or computer. Let's dive into issue. An issue is a problem or matter that needs attention. Like, we have an issue with the internet connection. Now listen closely because this is pure IELTS gold. The word issue sounds a lot more formal and sophisticated than the basic word problem. If you're aiming for a high score, saying something like "one major issue is" a brilliant way to level up your answer. Another great formal term is policy. A policy is an official rule or a set of rules used by an organization or a government. You might say the company's return policy is very strict. You'll find this word incredibly handy when you're discussing official topics, things like government regulations, education systems, or workplace rules. Moving into emotional vocabulary, we have regret. To regret means to feel sorry about something you did or maybe something you didn't do. I regret spending so much money on that phone. Pay attention to the grammar here. When we talk about reflective, personal experiences, we usually pair regret with an ing verb. For example, I regret leaving my previous job. When things go completely off the rails, we use ruin. To ruin means to seriously damage or spoil something. Like, the rain ruined our plants. It's a really powerful word. It doesn't just mean a little bit bad. It describes serious, permanent negative effects to your plans or even to places. Think about how excessive tourism can literally ruin a beautiful natural destination. A slightly less severe, but still frustrating word is troublesome. This simply means causing problems or difficulty. The old computer has become quite troublesome. I highly suggest throwing troublesome into the mix to boost your vocabulary. It's a fantastic alternative so you're not just constantly repeating the same basic words like problematic or difficult over and over again. Now, if you're the one causing the trouble, you need to apologize. This, of course, means to say that you are sorry for something you did wrong. I apologized for being late. But wait, look closely at the specific phrasing pattern here. You apologize to someone for something, like I apologize to my teacher for being late. That structure is super important to remember. Next up is the phrasal verb insist on, which means to strongly say that something must happen. My friend insisted on paying for dinner. Now, a really common mistake students make is saying insist to. You definitely want to avoid that. Just remember, the correct phrase is always insist on, and you follow it with a noun or an ing verb. So, he insisted on paying. Let's take a look at the phrase be able to. This means to have the ability or opportunity to do something. I wasn't able to finish the project on time.
It's such a useful little phrase for discussing your abilities, your opportunities, or even your personal limitations in a really natural, conversational way.
All right, time for a great idiomatic expression. It drives me crazy. This just means it annoys me extremely. The noise from my neighbor drives me crazy. But let me clarify one thing. While this is a highly natural phrase, it's pretty informal. It's totally fantastic for the speaking test to show off your fluency, but I definitely save it for speaking and avoid using it in formal academic writing.
If you ever find yourself needing to defend your actions, you might say, "It wasn't my fault." This means I was not responsible for the problem or mistake. For instance, the computer stopped working, but it wasn't my fault. This is the perfect way to deflect blame or explain a lack of personal responsibility when you're telling a story.
Let's dive into some more IELTS gold with the phrase lack of. This simply means not having enough of something. The project failed because of a lack of planning. This is a highly versatile, incredibly useful expression. You can use it to discuss a lack of money, a lack of education, or a lack of opportunities. It instantly elevates your sentence structure and makes you sound super proficient.
When things are going well, a great response is no complaints. This means everything is fine and I have nothing negative to say. If someone asks you, "How's your new job?" you can just casually answer, "No complaints. It's pretty good." It's a very natural, native-sounding way to quickly communicate that everything is positive.
Along those same lines, we have no problem at all, meaning it's completely okay, don't worry about it. If a friend says, "Sorry I'm late," you reply, "No problem at all." It's just a really warm, friendly, and polite alternative to simply saying, "That's okay," when someone is apologizing to you.
Here is a brilliant concept for you: reality versus expectations. This describes the difference between what you expected and what actually happened. Moving abroad was a big reality versus expectations experience for me. I highly encourage using this idea to contrast your expectations with reality when you're talking about university life, a new job, tourism, or even social media.
And our final phrase today is, things change. This means situations and circumstances do not always stay the same. I used to hate working from home, but things change. It's a perfect, simple, and incredibly natural concluding phrase that you can use when you're giving a balanced or reflective answer.
Now let's see these words and phrases in action through a short story.
It was Monday morning and Barnaby was already late for work. He ran into the office, opened his laptop, and immediately clicked the wrong button. Accidentally, he deleted the company's presentation. Barnaby froze. Oh no. Then the computer showed a strange message. There seems to be a glitch. Maya walked over. What happened? Barnaby nervously said, "There's an issue with the computer." Leah looked at the screen. The whole office is becoming chaotic. Barnaby tried to fix it, but somehow he made things even worse. Maya looked at him. "Barnaby,
I know.
you've ruined the presentation."
I know.
A few minutes later, the manager arrived. He looked extremely annoyed. "Who caused this?" Barnaby slowly raised his hand. "It wasn't exactly intentional." The manager asked, "Are you saying it wasn't your fault?" Barnaby thought about it. "Well, technically, I did click the button." Maya covered her face. The manager sighed. Barnaby immediately decided to apologize. "I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I should have checked the file first." The manager nodded. "That's the right attitude."
But then Leah whispered, "The printer isn't working either." Barnaby looked at him. "You're kidding." "Nope." Barnaby sighed. "This printer drives me crazy." Maya laughed. "Maybe there's a lack of maintenance." The manager explained that the company had a new policy for technical problems. From now on, report the problem before trying to fix it yourself. Barnaby nodded. "I understand." Then Leo suddenly said, "I insist on fixing the printer." Everyone shouted, "No!" Leo stopped. "Fine." The manager smiled. "Don't worry, Barnaby. No problem at all. Everyone makes mistakes." Barnaby smiled. "Thanks." Maya looked at the clock. "Are you still going to the gym after work?" Barnaby shook his head. "Definitely not." "Why?" "After today, I just want to go home." Leo laughed. "Fair enough." Barnaby picked up his bag. "Tomorrow will be better." Maya smiled. "Hopefully." Barnaby nodded. "Things change." Then the printer suddenly started working. Everyone stared at it. Leo whispered, "It's alive."
Now let's test your knowledge with a quick quiz using these words and phrases. Question 1. I blank deleted the email, so I had to ask my colleague to send it again. Is it A, policy, B, troublesome, C, accidentally, or D, regret? Question 2. One major blank facing many large cities is traffic congestion. A, issue, B, apology, C, glitch, or D, complaint. Question 3. The company needs a new blank to deal with customer complaints. A, regret, B, chaos, C, fault, or D, policy. Question 4.
The trip was very different from what I expected. There was a big difference between blank. A. No complaints. B. Reality versus expectations. C. Accidentally and regret. Or D. Things change. And question 5. What happened to the presentation? I deleted it, but blank. I didn't know the button would do that. A. It wasn't my fault. B. No complaints. C. No problem at all. Or D. Things change. You can find the answers in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future videos.